From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Breaking news on the Afternoon Edition, the Supreme Court ripping away affirmative action on college admissions. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. The landmark ruling today strikes a major blow to the cause of affirmative action when it comes to going to college. Now, these breaking details from the High Court's ruling: a 6-3 majority striking down affirmative action. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the schools involved in the lawsuit used race in a negative manner and involved racial stereotyping to grant admission. Governor Gavin Newsom said the ruling hearkened to the era of segregated campuses. Attorney General Rob Bonta saying California will still ensure access and education.
And reaction to this seismic shift from the court coming in waves from all corners of the country. Natalie Brand joins us live from Washington. Natalie.
Brian, Liz, this ruling will have broad implications on the college admissions process nationwide. Universities worry that it could lead to a significant drop in the enrollment of minority students. President Biden, speaking this afternoon, said we cannot, or the country cannot, let this decision be the last word.
The Supreme Court struck a blow to affirmative action at colleges and universities across the country, ruling it unlawful in the admissions process. Writing for the court's majority, Chief Justice John Roberts said that Harvard and the University of North Carolina's race-conscious admissions programs violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Lawsuits against the schools allege the policies discriminated against white and Asian American applicants.
Ever since this ruling, our children will no longer be treated as second-class citizens during college admission process.
In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote the decision rolls back decades of precedent and momentous progress. And in a separate dissent, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the court's first black female justice, called the decision a tragedy for us all.
I strongly disagree with the court's decision. I believe our colleges are stronger when they're racially diverse.
Universities who have been bracing for this decision have begun thinking of alternative ways to increase diversity on campus.
So we might see colleges and universities put more weight, for instance, on where did you grow up? Do your parents have graduate degrees? What zip code did you grow up in?
The Supreme Court upheld using race as a factor in college admissions programs as recently as 2016. But that was before the court's makeup moved sharply to the right with a 6-3 conservative majority.
Now, President Biden, in his remarks, said he wants the Department of Education to look into ways to try to boost or continue diversity and inclusion on college campuses in light of this decision. He said that one new standard, for instance, could be looking at what kind of adversity a student has overcome. Ryan.
And Natalie, here in California, we have had a ban on affirmative action in public university admissions since 1996. They told the Supreme Court that that has hurt them. Can you go into their role in the testimony?
Yeah, in talking in this case, a brief filed before the Supreme Court, the UC school system talks about significant double-digit drops in terms of students of color on college campuses within that system. In a statement, they said, despite its extensive efforts, UC struggles to enroll a student body that is sufficiently racially diverse to attain the educational benefits of diversity. So basically, in light of schools looking for alternative ways to try to maintain that diversity, the UC school system is saying they've still struggled to find a way to do it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Natalie Brand, reporting live from Washington, D.C.
So while California has had a ban on race-conscious admission decisions in public schools, there will be changes to the state's private colleges. Private schools like Stanford, USC, and USF have had affirmative action as part of their admissions process. The University of San Francisco said today in response to the ruling that efforts to recruit and retain more black students led to the enrollment of black students tripling at the school. We talked to one Bay Area professor who says this ruling ripple effects will stretch past college admissions.
The decision today does not just affect undergraduate admissions. Undergraduate admissions is the entry point for training future leaders. So this is where we begin to train our future teachers, lawyers, doctors, etc. So the ripple effect is going to go much beyond undergraduate admissions, and it's going to affect us all.
Now, CBS News recently did some polling on this issue, and it found that 53% of Americans believe that affirmative action broadly in everyday life should be continued. About 47% said it should not. But on the question of race-based college admissions, just 30% think colleges should be allowed to consider race in college admissions. 70% think they should not. Now, this decision by the Supreme Court is one we will keep following as more developments throughout the day. Stay with CBS News Bay Area and KPIX.com for comprehensive coverage on this topic.
Well, the state's Reparation Task Force delivered its final report today, and the group says today's ruling on affirmative action in colleges will not impact their recommendations. That's because it's not race-based, but directly tied to reparations for descendants of slaves. Task Force recommendations include a formal apology to descendants of people enslaved in the U.S., financial compensations for descendants, particularly for the suffering caused by housing discrimination and over-policing, and a new agency to oversee reparations efforts.
A crime has been done against the humanity of black people, and it's time for us in this nation, in this state, to admit our crime.
Lawmakers and Governor Gavin Newsom will have to agree on recommendations before any reparations can take effect.
Developing news in the skies, lingering issues affecting United flights, leading to more delays for folks flying to and through San Francisco. SFO is seeing dozens of flight cancellations today with more than 100 delays. The issues all started with rough weather in the Northeast and Midwest this week, but now it's a staffing issue. All this on the busiest travel day before the 4th of July.
Okay, let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Burchin. Jessica, I know it's only Thursday, but we're already looking toward the weekend and that big warm-up.
Oh, and it's right around the corner. We're already seeing 90s today off in those East Inland Hills, and heading into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week for 4th of July, we warm up and then we cool down fast. Now, some of our warmest temperatures are actually happening on Saturday alone. In most of our inland areas, we're going to be sitting in the upper 90s. We even see triple digits near Antioch, Fairfield, Brentwood, all those East Inland areas. But as for the Bay, upper 70s in sight for us for San Francisco just by Saturday, upper 60s along that coast. Now, this is kind of concerning. It's one of the hottest weekends we've had so far this year. And of course, it lands on the holiday. That's the big reason why the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory starting tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. all throughout this weekend until the end of Sunday. Now, as we take a live look outside right now, it's still gloomy out there with the Golden Gate Bridge holding on tight to that marine layer. Sunnier skies down in the Santa Clara Valley, where we are expected to hit the upper 80s, lower 90s today. Upper 50s, lower 60s along the coast into the Bay. More on that coming up in a bit. For now, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jess. Well, turning to some of our other top stories, Governor Gavin Newsom will double the number of CHP officers that fight the fentanyl dealing and the crisis in San Francisco's Tenderloin district. Newsom launched the crackdown last month to help San Francisco police. This expanded operation includes more than 100 new CHP officers, all slated to graduate this week. Santa Clara County will crack down on fentanyl with the help of the Mexican government. The announcement today coming from Supervisor Cindy Chavez and San Jose's Consulate General of Mexico. The county medical examiner says the highest number of overdoses are in the white and the Hispanic communities.
The city of Oakland passed its budget that closes a $360 million budget hole. The two-year budget plan includes investments in affordable housing, expanding early childhood education, and improving infrastructure. There are, however, cuts to violence prevention in the $4.2 billion plan. Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao joins us now live. Mayor, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
All right, let's start with that first topic. How is the city going to handle problems with violence by cutting some of these violence prevention programs?
You know, again, it's a historical deficit, right? And I'm just so honored that the majority of the city council passed this budget. And even in these hard times, decisions. And so with that being said, what we're going to see is that there is a huge investment into the civilian investigators, community ambassadors, and significant support for actually violence prevention programming. I think that violence prevention is also making sure that we have programming in a rec center. And that is something that we didn't touch a dollar of. We wanted to make sure that access to our public programming is going to be available for all families, especially those who are most marginalized. And then not just that, but by next year, you're going to see, and we're all going to see, that there's going to be more police in uniform on our streets than we've had in the last few years.
All right, well, speaking of the police department, let's talk about the turmoil going on in the police commission. You just recently asked a former Alameda County judge to step down from that commission. There have been calls for the chair to resign. You still have not chosen a police chief. How are you planning on stopping all this infighting so the commission can actually be productive on this?
Yes, and so for the police commission, I want to be very clear that I have this one appointee. And I did, I thank for her service, Judge Harbin Forte. She served for, I believe, 3 years under the mayor's office. And so she is a holdover from the previous administration. And I did let her go in regards to picking my own person for this seat. However, it is the police commission's job to actually pick the next police chief. After they go through their interview process, then they forward to me the top 3 candidates. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I'm actually not just picking a new person for the police commission so that there can be some cooperation, but we do need a police chief. And I'm happy to say that the police commission did go ahead and pick a consulting company so that we can go through the interview processes. I'm hopeful that they can get me some of these names in the near future.
Can you give us any kind of timeline within the next couple of months, or still too early to say?
That is a great question for the police commission. Again, they are, an independent committee, and it is their job to go out and work with a consultant to actually do a nationwide search for our next police chief. And from that point, they'll send to me the 3 top candidates. And so that is a great question for the police commission.
Okay, well, let's go back to your violence prevention programs in an effort to keep young people active over the summer. A lot of folks out of school, keep them out of trouble. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? It's obviously a big priority for you and, of course, for the city as a whole.
Absolutely. And so just this past Saturday, we launched Interfaith in the Park, and that is an example of an event where we can bring community together. We're also kicking off Talking Transition, which we will hire our young people. Putting money in our young people's pockets and creating the programming and the mentorship is going to invest in our future public safety, and also make sure that we invest in public safety today as well too. More so than that, we are reinvesting 7 sworn officers as our foot patrol officers within our business corridor. And so that's something that we were able to work with the city council president, Nikki Fortunato Bass, to ensure that we bring back the foot patrol officers. And then, of course, we're going to continue to host a series of Town Nights over the summer. Town Nights is a citywide program where we are bringing community in the evening right after the school hour to come together to really program the different, have programming for different age levels. And then, of course, summer downtown activations. We would love, and we are working on making sure that downtown feels safe so that people who are working from home can actually come down to downtown and work from home in our downtown area.
All right, Mayor Sheng Thao, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.